Hi, Ollie. How you doing?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Thanks for speaking to us. First of all, can I ask the fact that you're here speaking to us now? Can we take from that you'll be playing in this next match?
Still not sure yet. Haven't. Yeah, selection hasn't been finalised. Obviously, I'd love to say yes, I was. But yeah, I'll just have to wait and see how it goes after training tomorrow.
Chris Silverwood's been talking about you. He says he's really encouraged by what he's seen. He says you've been getting better and better. We know you can bowl fast, but what aspects is he talking about when he says you've been getting better and better? Do you think?
I feel like accuracy has improved. Obviously, it's great bowling the high end speeds, but if you can't control it and hit those areas that you need to, it's sort of, yeah, the game can get away from you. So I feel like I've become a bit more accurate, and also in terms of skills, just when these pitches get a bit flatter, just trying to find ways of getting something out of that deck to find the breakthrough.
And how has that come about? Is that something you've worked on individually, or has it been the fact that you've been in there with another bunch of bowlers, all with something to offer?
Yeah, I guess being around everyone in there, it's hard not to improve. Such good quality and people to tap into it. Yeah, it makes that job a little bit easier, and also I think just getting a little bit fitter and stronger and being able to run in consistently for longer has helped that cause as well.
There seemed to be for a while people were saying England needed a bowler who could go 90 miles an hour and quicker. Now they've got youth, Jofra Archer's about, they've got Mark Wood around there now, plus the other quick bowlers and the other seamers. Are you all looking at each other as you're practicing in the nets, seeing who's going well? Is it an individual thing, or are you competing against each other?
I wouldn't say competing. I guess it's hard not to have that competitive edge with each other. I think that's just us as cricketers, and like you say, it's great to have a group of us now that are building together, and hopefully, like you say, one day we can maybe all feature and show people what it's all about. But it's just, I find it really exciting to have the likes of us three, and there's plenty of others that aren't around at the moment that can add to that.
You saw in the first test, 5 wicket hauls for Jack Leach, for Dom Best. Not a huge amount around for the rest shared around. Do you look at that and think, well, if I do play in that one, it's probably going to be a lot of back-breaking work if I do get onto bowl, maybe not for a huge amount of reward?
I guess we always thought coming out here that spinners would probably play what we call the attacking role. Obviously, back in England, that changes with us, but it's a challenge that we all look forward to. And yeah, although the pitches aren't probably seamer friendly, that if you can get that breakthrough and do the job of so-called holding role, that yeah, you provide a vital bit of what's the word? And yeah, like you add to the attack, and it's great that the lads love the challenge. And I think there will be times with a little bit of pace that you have to come round and do the hard yards, but it's something we love doing. And you saw in the last test how many times Woody ran in, and it was great to see.
Chris Silverwood said, if you don't play this way, he was asked whether you'd play, he'd said maybe this one, maybe in India as well. Is that encouraging to hear him mention India as well, the fact that you're in the frame for that, for getting a match there?
Of course, I'd love to play every game. Obviously, that's not going to be possible. But yeah, I'd love to get my opportunity and to have a taste of it against Ireland. Like I said, I'd love to play as many games as I can. And if that's here, great. If it's in India, great. If it's next summer, then that's obviously, it would be a little bit frustrating because I'd love to be in before. But it's just great being here with everyone and learning. And I've still got to remember I'm pretty young in my international career, and if I can learn along the way, then that'd be great.
You mentioned the word frustrating there. Has it been since that one test against Ireland? That's back in 2019. It's been a long time in between.
Yeah, it's obviously picking up injuries along the way isn't ideal, and I think it's going to happen being a fast bowler, but it's trying to minimise those. And yeah, it has been frustrating. There's been some times where yeah, you sort of question if it's the right thing to do. But yeah, you look. Of course, it is. I love playing cricket and love playing cricket for England. So hopefully, there's many more years of that to come.
And just last one from me, Sri Lanka got a lot of criticism for their first innings batting performance. They grew into the games that went on. It was probably closer than people thought it might be after that first innings. Having seen the way they came into it and they competed, are you expecting whatever team England put out it to be closer, a tougher challenge this time around?
Yeah, I guess looking back, you didn't expect them to produce a score like that first innings, and then yeah, they showed in the second innings, yeah, that they can put runs on the board and make it tough. That the chase was probably a bit more nervy than we'd liked, but no, it sets us up for an exciting last Test match, and we saw when we were back in 2018 that if teams score in the first innings, that team batting last, it makes it very difficult. So yeah, it's exciting what's to come.
That's great. Appreciate it. Hopefully get your chance in the second Test. I'll let someone else jump in now. Cheers.
Cheers, Roger. We'll go with Rory and then Scott. Go ahead, Rory.
Olly, when you won your cap against Ireland at Lords, would you have been disappointed to find out that might be the only one for a year and a half? Were you thinking, it was an Ashes summer, were you thinking that was the start of something?
Yeah, and it was nice to be called up to the squad for that Ashes series, and again, very frustrating to have that taken away from me through injury. And hopefully now that those are all in the past, and I can build on that one Test cap and give a lot to the team going forward.
Roger's obviously mentioned that Gaul not known for giving too much assistance for you guys, but if we rewind a bit, I think it was your first one-day series against Sri Lanka, you got a bit of joy out the pitches over here, and you had Dick Weller jumping around a bit. Do you feel like you can get them hopping about a bit even on these pitches?
I'll give it my go. I'll give it my best go. Yeah, they're obviously not as seamer friendly over here as you might say elsewhere. But we saw in the first innings that with maybe first innings, first morning, it actually there is a little bit in the surface, and if we lose the toss and bowl first, then I think we've got a great chance of again the likes of Brody and Jimmy and that to take early wickets to make a massive inroad into their order.
Go on, Chair.
Okay, Scott from TalkSport, please.
Hey, Ollie, I just want to pick up on what Roger said about the injuries and the frustration you felt. How's it been mentally for you over the years when you want to play cricket, obviously, but your body's just breaking down on you? How hard's that been?
It has been hard, and I guess you've seen with Woody he said at times you do sort of question whether it's the right thing, and I guess you just got to get your people around you that help support you. Family, girlfriend, and friends like that have been vital, and also doing a bit of work away from cricket just to try and take your mind off it and not have that pressure of it's just cricket has really helped. And I think getting myself a lot fitter and putting a bit more of the hard yards in just to give myself that best possible chance has definitely helped. And there has been hard times, but at the end of the day, I just love playing cricket, and hopefully I can play many more games for England.
And Stuart was saying last week that bowling in the subcontinent, one wicket essentially feels like taking 3 wickets anywhere else. How hard is it to change a mindset as a fast bowler that your role in the subcontinent is more about putting pressure on the opposition batsman and creating pressure for the spinners rather than taking wickets?
Yeah, it's a strange one. Like I said, obviously you used to being the attacking bowler, whereas over here you're probably a bit more of that holding role with, and like you say, if you can grab that one vital wicket. You saw in the last Test, Sammy coming on and getting that wicket that sort of changed the game. It helped the spinners go at one end, and we could just sit at the other end and create pressure. Him and Brody were brilliant at doing that. And then obviously Woody being the more enforcer, it can unsettle the batsman and create chances that way. So it's a different challenge, but one we all love.
And just finally, how much have you learned from Stuart and Jimmy around the camps during your time with England?
Yeah, very much. It's hard. I guess it's easy to say, oh, yeah, it's great being around these guys. They're very good in terms of offering their experience and just small little subtle changes that you can do, whether it's bowling the ball off a different finger or running your hand down the side of the ball, or even simple things like putting an extra sweatband on to stop the sweat getting on the ball to help it reverse. Just little things like that probably people realise it'd be quite important.
Cheers, Ollie. Go well.
Okay, we'll go to John and then Dean.
Ollie, hi. Do you know the fastest been recorded? Your quickest speed so far?
I think it was about 93.8 on finals day 2000. When a few years ago on finals day.
So in a T20 match, that was white ball.
Yeah.
And do you have a little thoughts in your head? Who is the quickest of yourself, Jofra and Mark Wood?
I guess not. Obviously there's times in the game where people will tend to get it through a bit quicker. I think that's just dependent on body and rhythm and that. Obviously it's nice to look up and see how fast it's coming out. But yeah, you just tend to try and feel in a good rhythm and let the ball go.
People have said, obviously you're here, but your really significant role could be next to it in Australia. England having 3 90 miles an hour bowlers, that could be a significant asset in trying to beat Australia. Yeah,
obviously having those people in the ranks, is great, and hopefully over the next year as a bowling unit we can keep learning and honing in on those skills. So when we do get to Australia, that it's not sort of a shock and we're ready to go and like you say, run in and hopefully help win the Ashes.
Thank you.
Dean, please.
Hi, Ollie. You said that you've been enjoying some other work. Noticed you did something at BBC Norfolk. Are you hoping to be the next Alan Partridge then?
I don't know. I don't think I've sort of got his witty banter about me. I'd like to obviously move forward with that and hopefully something can come of it. Yes, hopefully later down the line and not too soon.
Any more, Dean? Or
just also, I mean, sorry, no, I just broke up at the end there. I suppose the point with that, looking at outside of cricket, in terms of, I guess, the run of that you had, being able to set back, I guess, look at a sort of wider picture.
Yeah, it does certainly help, and sort of takes the pressure off the actual cricket side, and you can obviously sometimes get yourself in a mental hole, I guess, but you think cricket is the be all and end all, and sometimes when you have something else to take your mind off it, it can help you relax, and then your cricket can grow from there. So it has been nice to especially when you get a few injuries, you get quite a lot of time to think about stuff. So having something extra to help definitely helps take your mind off the game and sort of the pressures that come with playing cricket, and also sometimes the downs of being injured.
And just a final thought, you touched on Mark Wood. Obviously he's been through a kind of similar situation in the 18 months, I guess, as he has done his whole career. He's managed to find that rhythm, longer run up and be able to string a few games together. Does that also give you kind of confidence that can do the same? And do you talk to him about that and the success he's had recently?
Yeah, it does. Obviously, the more games you play, the more confident you get, and just being out here training, the intensity is obviously high, and to get through that, and also the tour before Christmas to South Africa was pleasing for me, and that it hasn't taken me a long time to get going. Me and Woody are quite close, and we do chat about things and see how each other's bodies are, and yeah, I guess you're always going to be a little bit sore after having a bowl. That's just the nature of it. But it's now knowing what is more of a serious thing to something that you can manage. So it definitely is easier, and I find it easier talking about it because people do, like I say, have been through the same things and can sort of ease your nerves.
Cheers, Dean.
Thanks.
Last one then, Tim Wigmore. Go ahead, Tim.
Hi, Ollie. Is there a fast bowler with your sort of style who's gone really well in Asia, who's a bit of a model for you over these tests ahead?
I can't really say I've looked at too much in terms of that. It's more, I guess, just trying to make sure my skills are where they need to be for when I'm called upon. Everyone, I guess, is a little bit different and offers something a little bit different. So it's not. I wouldn't say there's necessarily a bowler. I'd say it's more the style and the way you go about. Obviously, trying to get the wickets over here, whether it's variations or just the lengths that you bowl. I found that to be more useful.
And just on that, like in terms of the variations and lengths, how are they going to be different for you compared to what you'd probably do in England? Yeah,
I guess over here you have to be that probably fraction fuller, more so in a way that the ball doesn't offer too much through the air, so it's more off the pitch. So if you're slightly shorter, with it being a bit less pace in the wicket, it seems to be a bit more easier for the batter. But then at the same time, there's that small margin for error of not being too full that they can drive you. So yeah, it's small little things that at international cricket you have to be more precise than maybe you would at county cricket, and the margin for error is less. So that's been the big key over here so far.
And is reverse swing something that you've been working on that you can bring to the table?
Yeah, it is. We find that quite fun in the nets. We have a mess around and go with the older ball, and like I say, it's something probably don't get a lot in county cricket. So to come over here and have an experience of that, it's been tough to start off with, because you want to, I guess, get a little bit greedy. You see your ball doing a bit more, so you try and search for it rather than actually just being really simple with it and just hitting that length and letting the pitch and the ball in the air do the work rather than you trying to search for it.
Great, cheers. Go well.
Brilliant. Thanks, Ollie. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.